Welcome guys to a new tutorial. This is RNDM and this is my first tutorial, and I'm only going to put out tutorials if I find something interesting. This is going to be an industrial smelter. As you can see, this is pre-made, and this is all the materials that you're going to need except for blocks. This is test blocks, and that's a special block for on top of the piston. I'll walk through the mechanics kind of first, so let's grab those test blocks and stick them through this one. You stick your items in here and they get sucked down these hoppers into a dropper elevator, which puts them into the hopper minecart, which evenly distributes them between these, which had lava buckets in them, so that's why they're still going. The piston is the clock. It's basically just a big clock on the for the powered rail up here, that one. And my mouse just died, so I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. And so the piston is just like a clock. The pulse comes down, goes up the elevator, and then goes across here for that powered rail, which is in this case set to 5 items because there's 5 furnaces. This design is probably variable. You can add in more furnaces if you like. That means adding in more repeaters and playing around with the timing on this clock, this reset line. Other than that, you can also, the reason that this is so long, so vertical, is that you could just do 2 hoppers over to this dropper right behind here, but then all this wiring is up here and this juts out. With this design, you can put the floor here, and it could be under the floor, assuming that the floor is at this level. If it isn't, then I mean it would be at that level. So anyways, I'll get to building it, and here's another look at all the items that you will need. Alright, so first you're going to want to start out here. This is going to be your chest that you everything gets dropped off in, and so we want to do the receiving line of hoppers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We want to do our 5 furnaces and our 5 hoppers on top of the furnaces. Next, we want to probably do our railing on top. We need to do blocks along the back so that there's a return rail, and the powered rail goes on top of the hoppers. You could probably extend this if you have room. You could extend it so that the powered rail, you could do a powered rail right here, like extend it one more and have that block powered, because you can't power piston unless, because that's what this redstone block is for, is to power these rails, because it can't power that block or else it locks that piston. So this is our rail design. We need to block that, and then we need another chest up here, and that's our dumping chest. And then we gotta come down here and do our dropper elevator. And that's it. We stop one before the chest. We put our hopper facing into the chest like that. So that's pointing into the chest. Then we can come down and start work on our input into this hopper elevator. We want it to point into it, and we want this pointed into that one, and then one pointed down into that. This will be our input chest. It can be one higher, one lower. It doesn't really matter. You just hook it up to that bottom dropper. Next we need our comparators. and our repeaters along with. So we do a comparator at the bottom. This is what sets off the whole system. You need that comparator. It is what tells the system to go and when to stop. So we do not that hopper. Do a hopper facing into each other. This is a hopper clock. You need one item in there. We'll just put a hopper in there just because. This torch locks it. And we have another comparator that detects when there's an item. You need these two repeaters so that, because this block is powered. Yes, this is our clock. And I think you saw that in the demonstration. So this is our main key block. This is our key block. We have our item elevator coming off of it and our clock coming off of it. You build up your item elevator with your torches and come on, fly. There we go. And then we have our clock coming off of it from this thing. I forgot to dig that out. You need this all dug out. This is going to be our special block that I don't have somewhere. Oh well, I'll just use this. And this sets off our entire clock. 2, 3, 4, 5. Because you have 5 furnaces, you have 5 repeaters at max length, and then you have a double signal on this block. It does the signal elevator, and it also does the reset. You need, where's my redstone? I don't have any redstone. You need, this is your main clock right here. This line back. You set it up for however many. You may have to adjust this if you have more or less furnaces, and it is our reset for this delay. Basically, this is just a big delay so that you have 2 pulses in the system at any given time. And you need to place this block here. You can't have any redstone in this block area because it updates the rails and resets it to just go in a loop, and it never returns to pick up more items or turns off, which can cause lag. So all these are set to 3 max delay. And that is our system. All we need now is the hopper minecart itself. You plop that on here, and it is completed. You put your smelting material in here, and it comes out here. Like I said, this is a very cheap. It's fairly expensive, but it is an automated system. Anything automated with hoppers is fairly expensive, but this is a really cheap way that I found to do an automatic smelting. It does not have automatic fuel. It's manual fuel input, so I don't suggest doing it for a very long amount of furnaces, but it works with lava buckets and any type of fuel. You just have to keep it in there. So let's grab some cobblestone. And it won't smelt, but it will evenly distribute. There is one kink with the system. And that is on the very first round of this hopper minecart. There is only 4 items in it. So this has 2, and this has 1. That is because the items are still going up the elevator, and only 4 make it in the time here. You could probably fix that by extending this elevator back a few more and adding a few more repeaters. That would probably fix it. But I hypothesize that it would do it if you extend it even more. You'd have to make it go out 1 more block. That's the only downside to this, and the manual input of fuel. That tick means that it's done. That was the last round, and your items should be smelting. No items here. No items here. And that is the industrial smelter that I came up with. I was inspired by this. I'll have to give credit to JL7 Zip Code. He made an industrial smelter that had a lot more pistons, a lot bigger, had an automatic fuel, but I wanted a smaller, simpler version of it with the hopper minecart. He gave me the idea to use the hopper minecart. So thank you, JL, and I'll put a link to his channel in the description. He comes up with some really great stuff. And leave a like if you found this useful, if you use it. And I'll see you guys next tutorial in the next episode. So see you guys.